Hey Alpine Church, it's Pastor Brian, and in this video, I want to explain to all of our leaders how you can know if you're winning at your campus. In other words, how can you know if your campus is moving forward, if you're sort of hitting your target and you're focusing on the right thing? And I just want to explain the win super simply by this simple metric. Just ask the question, is one more person mentoring? I mean, that's the win, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a mentoring culture across all of our campuses. And that just means that everyone is going full circle. If you think about it in terms of foundations, it means that we're not just trusting Jesus and becoming Truth One Christians. We're not just trying to live to honor God more in our lives, with the way we study our Bibles and being a giver and, sort of allowing the Spirit of God to help us conquer sin in our life, all that kind of stuff. Those things are great. So Truth One and Truth Two and foundations. But we're really trying to get people to go full circle, because that third truth in foundations is that we grow, we mature by helping others. And if you go back and watch that video, you see that what we mean by that is that we mentor others. We start making disciples, what Jesus said in Matthew 28. So the win then as a church is just to see one more person mentoring, one more person engaging in an intentional mentoring relationship with somebody else. And don't confuse this. Mentoring is not always glamorous. It's not always easy. It's not always fun. I mean, some of the people that I mentor, sometimes you're in the trenches with them. I meet with those guys, once a week, and we're talking through topics, and I'm helping them understand things. I'm understanding more as I help someone else, and that's what the win is. So Alpine leaders, think about this for you. If you're a small group leader, the win is to get one more person in your small group connected to someone else, mentoring someone else. That's a win, right? A real simple way to do this is to make sure that you've got parents actively mentoring their kids, using those kids' resources and establishing that weekly time where they're speaking into their kids' lives, because this is how our church is going to change. It's when one more person is mentoring. So for Tracy and I now in our church, or in our family, the win for us now is to see that our kids are starting to mentor. So our daughter, Kenzie, she's turning 15 this week. She is already mentoring some other girls. Well, we had to help her get into that mentoring relationship. We had to help her know how to do it, know how to use those resources online to mentor those girls. We had to encourage her along, or she probably wouldn't have done it by herself, right? But the win for us was that we could get one more person in our family mentoring. So Alpine leaders, think about this for you. Who are you mentoring, first of all? Because you can't help someone else win if you're not winning. So make sure that you know what we mean by the word mentoring. Make sure that you understand what that term is, how to use the resources in our library, what the flex method is. That's just where you find a topic. You encourage the people that you're mentoring to learn about it, and then you come together and explore it. And the reason we're all trying to use the same resources and the same methodology is because then we can start getting traction, because we're all defining the win the same way. The win is this. Think about this, leaders. Talk about this with your campus pastor, or whoever it is you need to talk to in your life. Talk about this with your kids. Am I winning? Have I made the commitment to be mentoring some people in my life? Do I know what that means? And am I doing it week in and week out? And am I helping my kids do it? Because Alpine, if we can get this and start winning, then we will create a discipleship culture in our church, and we're going to change the world. So I hope you start winning.